Hi, Kurt O'Keefe, Michigan consumer attorney, in the backyard with a cup of tea. A little windy. We've had two storms in the last hour and a half, but this is Michigan, so if you don't like the weather, stick around a while, it'll change. Kurt O'Keefe, also known as KOK. You can find me at www.koklaw.com, Kurt O'Keefe Lawyer, and email me at koklaw@gmail.com. So what is Chapter 7 bankruptcy? Also called straight bankruptcy or liquidation bankruptcy, although in the case of individuals or consumers, usually nothing is liquidated. Why do people do Chapter 7? To get relief from their debts. The Constitution of the United States provides that Congress shall establish uniform laws of bankruptcy. And the purpose of the Chapter 7 is to give the debtor who files in good faith a fresh start. Wipe out the debts, be able to pick up and move on. And it has been done by millions of Americans, probably people you know. There is no scarlet B for bankrupt that gets put on your forehead, and people understandably don't want to talk about it. It's a personal, private, legal matter. Get advice from attorneys, and not from your neighbors or your friends or your cousin's brother-in-law's ex-wife who filed, and this is what happened to them. So it's not like a lawsuit, it's more of an administrative proceeding. In Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you have to provide detailed financial information about yourself. Now, there is no discretion or decision-making in filling out the forms for any chapter of bankruptcy. You will be under oath in a federal court under penalty of perjury. As a lawyer friend of mine says, if you want to look at the sunlight coming up in chunks through the bars, then you can play games with that, but we don't do that. So the fact that you list a creditor in bankruptcy doesn't mean that you don't want to pay them. It isn't a question of saying, well, I don't want to pay these people, so they go on the list. The court has to know everything about your finances, so all of your property, all of your assets are listed. Again, it doesn't mean that you lose anything, but you must disclose this information. You must list all the creditors, even the ones that you want to pay. And what you're going for in a Chapter 7 is the relief from the creditors. So later on, in another video, we'll talk about the automatic stay. But you get protection from the creditors. You have to put all this detailed financial information together, submit it to the court, and file electronically now throughout the United States if you hire an attorney. And there is a trustee assigned to the case who gets a copy of all of the papers. It could be 35, 40, 45 papers, depending on where you are. Some of the local areas have their own additional forms that are required. And there may be attachments, or if you have a business budget, but you must complete these forms accurately